Hey, what is happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter. We made it to the weekend. I think this review should be dropping on the same day that the Cardinal Red 3s drop. I have a pair in my size reserved at Finish Line, so stay tuned to the channel if you're interested in seeing a review on them. Should be up shortly. Today I want to get into one of my favorite silhouettes. I've been reviewing a lot of forms on the channel, pretty much every different style I can get. I just love the way they look. Highs, lows, mids, I can't get enough of them. One of the pair I was looking at recently is the low ADV forms. They're currently available on the Adidas website here in the US. I made some comments of how I liked how unique they were because they didn't have 3 stripes on the side and they just looked a lot different than everything else I have in the collection. Shout out to one of my viewers, Wade County. He actually told me about the Forum Luxe Mid and the Forum Luxe Low, and when I got looking at them, I knew it was a pair that I wanted to add to the collection, and I can't wait to get into them with you. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Before I get blown away by the wind here, let's get into these Forum Luxe Mids. And real quick, just for reference, this is what I consider like an OG style Forum 84. This is the Crew Green Forum 84 Low, and this is probably my most worn old school looking Forum 84 Low, but you'll see here in a minute how these other shoes differ from this classic retro look. In the intro I mentioned the Forum ADV that didn't have the stripes. These are the ones that are available on the Adidas app and the Adidas website right now. Awesome shoe. Check out my reviews on these if you're interested. And real quick, the Forum Luxe Mid just came in a standard blue and white Adidas box. The tag reads Forum Luxe Mid. The colors are labeled as Footwear White, Crew Green, and Gray 1. This is a size 10.5, and I think these retailed for around $150. I ordered these from BSTN, and I think the lows are available on N Clothing. I don't know if these have hit US retailers or not, so if you know of any US sites where you can get them, then feel free to leave that down in the comments. And then have a look at these Forum Luxe Mids. I love these things. As much as I love the Forum 84 and the retro design of those and everything, I really like this new take on it. And I gotta tell you, it's got a really high-end designer look. Another shout out I gotta give is to a YouTube channel called Julian's Reviews. When Wade County let me know that these existed, I looked at the reviews on Julian's Reviews, and as soon as I saw him and heard his comments about how the materials are and just saw how good they look and everything, I knew it was a shoe that I wanted to grab. But on the reviews that I saw, he mentioned that they reminded him of the Forum 84 Minimalist. And I know that is a pair that I have that has some of the softest leather. When he made that comparison, as far as the materials go, that just solidified in my mind that I was going to be going after these really hard. So a couple of things that jump out at me immediately are, of course, there's no 3 stripes. And the whole shoe just has this really unique layering effect. Like all these panels have a border almost of a different panel underneath of them, or else like you get this, it's like a piping going along this really soft leather up here, but it's all just gray stitching, and that's a really neat effect. Also, the midsole on these is really, really smooth and flat. Like, it's very minimalistic, and I love how clean it looks. But just to give you a reference, this is a standard Forum 84 midsole with the Adidas branding there in the back, and it's got a lot of texture on it and everything. But then, as you can see on this Forum Luxe, this doesn't have all that texture, and there's no Adidas branding on the midsole. It's just smooth and white, and it does still have that classic Dillinger webbing on the inside, but it just has a completely different look than what most Forum 84s do. And another difference that I noticed right away is this tread pattern is a lot different. Maybe not a lot different, but it's very unique compared to most Forum 84s, which have this kind of tread pattern. So this is what I'm used to getting, and here you can see the Forum Mid Luxe. There's plenty more differences, and maybe we'll point out some as we go along, but let's get into the review. Here is the outsole of the Forum Mid Luxe, and you can see that it's still got this suction cup area here under the forefoot, but the branding in the midfoot is different, and the tread pattern, the traction pattern, is a lot different on these as well. But the midfoot is all bright white, and underneath the toes here and the heel, you can see that we've got more of like a tan gum material. But then wrapping up, you can see that that just meets a bright white midsole, and like I said, there's no texture or anything, there's no branding, plain as can be, but I love how clean it looks. And then there's that classic Dillinger webbing in a hunter green color, and straight up from that you see that hard plastic heel anchor, but on this release it's nice and glossy, and I haven't seen a glossy finish on any of these other heel anchors on any of my other Forums. But then coming up to the mud guard, you've got some nice bright white leather, and it's real thick cuts, and it is as soft can be, just premium material. Just behind that mud guard you can see that there's a little bit of like a bordered or layered effect, and that's just some nice tan suede or else nubuck, but again, it just feels like it's premium quality. The toe box has bright white leather and some perforations, but it's just super soft, very nice. And another thing that I like is just all the differences in textures. So look at that leather going up the eye stays there, and just check out how it's got kind of a tumbled finish on it. I really like that, and I also like the little details like the tan leather that they have behind this panel on the eye stays, and I just think that adds a lot of warmth and character to the shoe. But then these side panels are some of the softest nubuck I've ever felt, and it's like a tan grayish color. Looks nice. We've got more really soft leather, and the Adidas and Trefoil emblem on here is kind of like under the radar. It's not real loud or anything, but again, I love this gray stitching going along the edge there. I think that's an awesome detail. And then coming around to the back, we've got some nice gray suede, and again, that's bordered by another material.